Hello, Director Dixon. Morning.
Yes, a special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band, charges on the beat.
To the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you will know.
So this is thermostat.
If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Monrovia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what is happening. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. To spoon. To spoon. You from Fonjema, Maryland, to spoon. To spoon. If you eat Cape Town, graduate, my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. To spoon. You want to get a news update, to spoon. What? Yeah. Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? This one you bought today.
Spoon TV. Spoon.
This one you bought today.
Spoon.
Beseku.
Spoon TV. Spoon.
Ba.
Spoon.
Skibidi dabado.
Spoon TV. Spoon entertainment.
Kuwa. Beseku. Kudileo. Kudileo.
To the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon radio station. Spoon television.
Yes, a special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band, charges on the beat.
To the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of
spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moravia Tunto spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just Tunto spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, Tunto spoon. Yeah, Tunto spoon. Yeah, Tunto spoon. You from Fonjema, Maryland, Tunto spoon. Yeah, Tunto spoon. If you eat keep on gradually, my brother, Tunto spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, Tunto spoon. Yeah, Tunto spoon.
You wanna get a news update, Tunto spoon.
What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, 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 kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you got today? Yes, what you got today? Beseku. Baraba. Skidibidi dabado.
Yes, I, a special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band, charges on the beat.
To the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon television. Spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Moravia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just Tunto spoon, you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just Tunto spoon. You want to get a news update, brother, Tunto spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moravia, Tunto spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just Tunto spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, Tunto spoon. Yeah, Tunto spoon. Yeah, Tunto spoon. You from Fonjema, Maryland, Tunto spoon. Yeah, Tunto spoon. If you eat keep on gradually, my brother, Tunto spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, Tunto spoon. Yeah, Tunto spoon.
You wanna get a news update, Tunto spoon.
What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, 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 kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you got today? Yes, what you got today? Beseku.
Spoon TV, Spoon Entertainment.
Just been real quick. Okay. So we want to say welcome to the show. Thanks to all of you for joining us tonight. To this edition of the program. Apologies to all of you who um have been waiting on. Of course, we've had a little bit of technical issues we had to adjust. But again, we're live across the Spoon Network, and of course, and other radio stations joining us this morning here in Liberia. My name is Nelson Colette. I'm going to bring the rest of the team on, but as you know, and most of you see there in the live field, um, there is a fire outbreak, and of course, our colleague Diamond Slanger is on the field. He's right. Um, in that particular location, Senator Sir Joseph's house has gotten fired as per the information we have so far. So we're going to bring Diamond on briefly to give us more update on this as we have the rest of the team out there that will keep giving us update on this entire incident as we go on with the show tonight. So let me bring in Diamond quickly. Diamond, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Nelson, I beg to differ with you to say this is not a good morning. So I remove the good from there and just say morning to you.
Okay. So let's hold it at that. But it's on a side note that we welcome you to the show, getting you to come on. But Liberians across the world want to have an idea of the situation at hand now, especially to where you are, with this information about Senator Sir Joseph's house being on fire. What exactly is the information that you've gathered so far? Let's begin with that.
So Nelson, at about 12:30 a.m. this morning, I received a call that the residence of Senator Sir Joseph was up in flames.
Mhm.
And I responded to the scene only to see a very heavy inferno, very, very heavy inferno, Nelson. The entire house gutted by fire, a raging and blazing flame. Um, the sad part was there was no fire service personnel around, as is usually the case in Liberia. Two to three community dwellers were trying their best to not to quench the fire, but to contain the fire from spreading to other homes that are, surrounding the residence of Senator Sir Joseph. We spoke with eyewitnesses, two of whom were involved in the process of rescuing the senator, according to their accounts, including one police officer. Um, they heard the screams of people, community dwellers, that the senator's residence was engulfed in flames. So they responded and saw the senator to one of the windows with a torchlight, saying that they are dying, the house is on fire, and the iron gates. Because of this security risk in our country, we lock ourselves up with iron gates and iron bars and all of those things to protect ourselves. And in the incidents of fire, it becomes a barrier to getting out freely. But they were able to have broken through one of the glass windows, and by the time they waked the senator out of his home, he was already unconscious, according to the two eyewitnesses, due to smoke inhalation. So he was taken to the Catholic hospital, according to the police officer who was one of the first responders, said the senator is now responding to treatment. So he's alive and is responding to treatment. He and another female occupant were rescued from the house. Another sad notice, just 2 blocks away from Senator Sir Joseph's house, I'm standing right there now. Another residential complex is on fire. 2 apartments so far have been gutted by fire, and the fire is extending to other homes in this vicinity. According to eyewitnesses, it all started around 12:30 after LEC had been switched on. Um, I am not saying it's it's the electrical shock from the LEC, but according to eyewitnesses, once the electricity was switched on, that was when about 5 minutes after that, the senator's residence went up in flames. And the same story is being said by eyewitnesses here at this residential complex that just after the LEC was switched on, description of the other location is just right behind the headquarters of the Internal Audit Agency, the IAA, in Congo Town, a stone's throw from Zone 3 police station along the Totman Boulevard here in Congo Town. No
So,
casualties reported so far. I want to make that clear. Again, as I said, no casualties reported so far from both of these scenes.
wow. So, the two incident, the separate fire outbreaks we're talking about. You said that they're in the same location. How far are they both locations? Right now, we're talking about
So
Senator
uh,
Joseph's
once
house
once
to.
we began the conversation to
Mhm.
give you a description of how close they are, I was able to walk from the other scene back to Senator Sir Joseph's house. So right now we started talking as of when I was at the scene of the two apartment complex that has been gutted by fire. I'm right in front of that of Senator Sir Joseph now. That is how short the distance is between the two fire incidents.
Wow. So, in the case of Senator Sajo said there was no casualty, no loss of life so far. The senator was rescued in the process. But what about the other apartment that you just mentioned? What is the case there? Is there any casualty so far or what?
No casualties reported so far from the second scene at this the apartment complex because all of the occupants were rushed out of the house immediately. The first, so this is how it started. The first building caught at fire, and as community dwellers were trying their best to contain the fire, they were unable to do so. The fire then, extended to the next building in line. So they all in line, close to each other, and that's how the fire spread to the second apartment building, making the complex now to have two buildings on fire. But of all the two buildings, nobody was inside the residence. Thankfully, they were all, rushed out of these houses.
Wow. So, in terms of response from the Liberia National Fire Service, what is it like? Has there been any response? Did you establish contact with the authorities there? What are they saying, just in case you did?
Yeah, so to answer your question from the last to the first, yes, I made contact with a highly placed source within the Liberia National Fire Service who asked that I don't name, um, I don't, give his or her identity. And that person, that source said that the fire service has got no leadership as of now. But even when the fire service did have a leadership, the response time to incidents as such is either poor or they don't show up at all. But at this moment, the source said that the full fire engines that the fire service do have now, they all don't have fuel in their tanks for over a week. That the fire service trucks have got no fuel to even spark the engine, let alone respond to a fire incident. And this is just what ordinary Liberians experience every day, and it happen in the space of minutes. That a higher up in government, that these emergency responses do not know individual, that disasters do not pick who they go to, whether you are nobody in the country, an ordinary citizen, or you are a senator. You see what happened, a senator's home caught at fire, and there was no response from the Liberian National Fire Service, and ordinary Liberians, their homes also caught at fire, and no response from the Liberian National Fire Service. This tells you that the Boyka administration should not only pay attention to drugs as a national public health emergency, but also fire and our emergency responses should be looked at in a very holistic manner. And the talk about making the fire service more efficient should stop from just getting applause and cheers to going into a full blown realization that fire engines are needed at various police stations. This is just next door to Zone 3 police station, a big depot here in Congo Town. If there had been a fire engine at this police depot, they would have responded, and this situation wouldn't have evolved into what it is, Nelson.
Okay, so one or two questions from the team, the crew members here, and then we'll let you go, Diamond.
Yeah, you should. They started right now, to be honest with you.
Okay, so let's take Francis. Francis, you want to go real quick?
Yeah, Diamond, thanks for being there. I hope you are staying safe. Um, my question is, what's the road condition like in that community?
Road connectivity in the community. Did you get this
Both
question, Damo?
scenes are accessible. Both
Both,
scenes are accessible. If you know the residence of Senator Sir Joseph, it's just opposite the headquarters of the National Patriotic Party, not far from the German embassy. So it's right from the road. It's accessible. The second scene, the back road from I don't know the name. It's a rocky stretch of road that if you use the back of the Nigeria House intersection, is a road that you can use, Nelson, to
Hmm.
go as far as 540. That
Okay.
the second scene is along that road, and it's also accessible on if you draw in a straight line.
Hmm.
That the first scene of Senator Sir Joseph's residence and the second scene, they're on the same line, just at least 5 to 6 or 7 apartment buildings or homes in between both. So they're
Okay.
both accessible.
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Damo. What about you had a question quickly?
Yeah, Damo, how you doing?
Not too good, but I'm
I
okay.
know, I know. We are. But my question, so you said you make a call to the fire department, to the fire service department, and someone respond to you that there's no
The
acting
engines are
leader
down.
or there's no minister there to respond, right?
So there is no leadership. That's what SOS said.
Yeah, my question is if the president said there was no leadership, there's no acting, or there's no one there that can take the initiative or to come and do the job, if they may
Well,
provide you
to
that
answer your
information.
question directly, every institution or agency has got a hierarchy. So even if there is not a head, there are other heads who are still working in their positions to make sure that those entities are running. Especially in the case of the transitional period, human resource managers were asked to take over the helm of affairs of agencies and ministries, including the Liberian National Fire Service, which is not exempted from that as well. So there is a working leadership in terms of chain of command at the Liberian National Fire Service. But as of who is the director at this moment, there isn't one. But the source said the reason he or she hinted to the lack of leadership is the fact that nobody's following what whoever in charge is saying, and they're not getting the desired financial, you know, allotments or appropriations to make sure that this place is up and running. If you can imagine that 4 fire engines up to present, none of them have been fueled for over a week. That tells you that even if there's a fire incident just next door from the office of the Liberian National Fire Service, they wouldn't be able to respond.
Wow.
Wow. Thank you.
Well, thanks a lot, Diamond. We appreciate you for giving us these updates, and
Yeah,
uh,
Nelson.
we uh,
Yeah,
okay.
before
Yeah,
Damo go,
yeah, yeah.
I
Let's
want to
go.
ask I want to
Yeah.
ask him just one question. Um, Diamond, thank you for your coverage. You mentioned a second person being rescued from Senator Sir Joseph's house. Do you have any update on the situation or on the condition of that second person?
So yes, the person, the female in question, was conscious when she was taken out of the house. So she followed the senator as he was unconsciously taken to the St. Joseph Catholic Hospital. So, in terms of physical well being, both of them have responded to treatment, we've been told, but I'm not at the Catholic Hospital to tell you what their current condition is as of now, as of how it happened. That's what was narrated to me, and I'm speaking from what I was told, and I've not seen the two of them yet.
So, yeah, thank you, Diamond. We appreciate you. Thanks a lot, and we hope you stay safe out there, and looking forward to all the best. Thanks a whole lot for feeding us in Diamond.
Nothing you welcome is frustrating that people will stand and watch their properties go up in flames, and there is nothing, absolutely nothing that they can do about that. There is no worse feeling than feeling powerless, in a situation you cannot do anything for that matter. Yeah. But thank you for joining, and we hope that these things be resolved in our country and at least they can be minimized.
Thanks a lot, Diamond. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Um, well, folks, there you have it. Diamond Slangat. I'm trying to connect with Sylvester Cholope. Sylvester and the other team members tried making their way at the Catholic hospital where Senator Jose has been taken, and so we will connect with them along the show, so we get to know exactly what the situation is there with them. But this is the situation, guys. This is what we have. Another fire outbreak. I will see the possibility. I'll try to establish contact with the director general of the executive director of the Liberian National Fire Service as well, Mr. Colonel Alex Dixon, so we can have him provide us some updates with respect to the situation at hand. Two fire outbreaks in the same location, just at about the same time, and this is troubling. This is alarming, and it calls for serious concerns. I mean, let's kickstart the conversation from here. Um, Mobile, you can handle things as I try to establish contacts in the back end. But Cindy,
All
you
right.
can kickstart the conversation.
Cindy, you start.
Well, good evening to all of you guys. It is sad. I mean, like Damo, you can tell from his voice that the situation on ground there is very depressing. This has become a frequent thing in Liberia where houses will get caught on fire. It seems like it's becoming very frequent. I mean, it happening everywhere, but I think the trend that I'm seeing here now, from just based on off of what Damo said, was that the people around there said that, can we please mute? I'm hearing the people around there says that it was when LEC came back on that may have triggered the fire hazard. Similar thing recently happened to Passion nightclub. What we gathered from that again is that when LEC came back on, that's when Passion got caught up on fire. So these things are being very frequent now, and it's just very unfortunate. It could be that some poor wiring is going on. It could also be that maybe the force from the LDC returning, right, coming back on, could trick all those things. So I think, I mean, it's sad. Before we look into the fire service department that is not functional right now, we talked about similar thing last night, right? Most of the ministries and agencies are empty. Not only that the ministers or the directors and managers are not
But
there, but people that are left there are not even working. At least
but
from what I've been told.
Cindy, you think like all the like the emergency agency, you think within yourself, you think that all the director, the leader, they should have not leaving, they should have been there to cater to emergency issues,
Well,
like what we start today.
ministers and directors, for those that are appointed, I mean, there is a mandate that they leave, but they are technocrats, Mama. You don't just leave with everybody. There are technocrats left that should still perform their duty, that should still perform their job until they can be replaced, until other people come in. I don't think when the ministers, the deputy, or the managing directors leave, that the entire agency or ministry is empty. So those that are left, but in this case, Moba, it's not that people left. In this case, for the fire service department, we're hearing that the 4 trucks we have in the country have no fuel, zero fuel. So now that the people are not there to work, apparently the trucks themselves don't even have fuel. So they are not being attended to within this transition period, which is very sad.
Thank you.
I mean, this, let me end on this.
Hmm.
It's unfortunate that it happened to the senator, but let us also be clear here that the senator is not the only person that has been affected with this disaster in Liberia. Like I said, Passion nightclub and many other ordinary Liberian homes has been put on flame, has been on fire, with no fire service department to rescue them. Now that people that the senator are experiencing this, maybe we will start to take this thing a little bit more serious, right? Put more money into the fire service department. And if they are not doing their work, the same senator, the same legislature must ensure that the fire service department is doing its work. But the
Thank
first
you.
step is to empower the fire service department. Thank you.
Thank you. Francis.
Yeah, guys, this is very sad. It also a shame that in our country, Liberia, when your house catch on fire, what you need to do is just pray that you out, but and start looking for a new place to live. You see, because there's no help coming for you. There's no help coming for you. Regardless of who it is, it's terrible. People work hard for their money to build their homes, and even if it's an apartment, those apartment buildings, they are owned by somebody that invested their money to build those apartment buildings so that they can have some steady source of income coming in to take care of their family. Now those two buildings are gone also. And the reason I asked the question, what was the road condition, is to also say, maybe to play devil advocate and say, oh, even if the fire truck was okay, look at the way the road condition is. But apparently there's good roads. You see, there's good roads. So, I mean, let's say they took the words out of my mouth. Our lawmakers need to prioritize emergency services in our country. Security, EMTs, and fire service. These three entities work for the people, work directly for the citizens of the country. Because if you have a good emergency medical service, they will respond with the fire truck. Like that incident that happened with the senator, we pray that he's okay. He was unconscious. He will have started receiving treatment from the scene until he gets to the hospital. There will be police with their cars, with the fire truck, that will also escort the fire trucks there and escort possibly the ambulance to the hospital so there's no interference and nobody in the way. These three entities work together. And these are the three entities that work directly in the interest or directly with the Liberian people. Not all of the other government entities that are important, but the everyday ordinary Liberian depend on these three entities. So our senators and our representatives need to look at the budget when it comes from the executive before passing it. Yeah, we all want roads because roads are also good. But ask, when somebody's house is burning, can you imagine? Look, that's a beautiful home. It's huge. But can you imagine if it was close by other houses? The way the house been burning now for possibly over an hour now. A whole community, especially places like some places in Nizo and other places that I'm a little bit familiar with, that type of fire will have burned down the entire community. You see? So we need to prioritize emergency services in our country. Look at what happened in Rayland that time when the Chino store got on fire.
So,
Everybody lost their investment.
yeah,
So
let me ask you this question, right? You think if like every district have a stationary area where you think you don't like, for example, what happened today to South Joseph area? If you're having a stationary area in your district where they have fire service, you think what happened today could happen more than this? Could happen more than this? Like because
let me not give a
you look
definitive.
at how huge the fire is right now. Like before, I think you're watching the scene.
Yes, but let me not just give a definitive answer because I've seen even in the U.S. here, houses catch on fire, fire service show up, and the house still burned down. But the chances of that happening is slim. So I'm not even going to say each district. I'm going to say each city should have at least 2 or 3 fire trucks. Because I don't know how many districts in the county. I think most of Colorado has 17 districts. But so let's just say each district should have at least 2 trucks. At least
Yeah,
2
so
trucks. That would
yes,
help.
and this is very important, guys. And I think uh we are going to have this conversation going on for a while, though we had a lot captured for tonight, but this is very important. We've been able to speak to some sources, and what we are getting is that, like Diamond said, the fire engines are down, and so many of you here know of the whole idea of, to have the HRs taking charge, the officer in charge at those different agencies. So in a way, it appears more like a situation wherein there's no one in charge. We have this situation of eye service in our country, where if there's a boss, maybe the executive director, the minister, and all those heads of agencies are there, they're actively working, then everyone wants to be on top of that game. But with this situation now, it has further crippled the level of performance that we should see at different ministries and agencies, and the fire service is just one of those places that have been affected by that. But we are going to speak with Sylvester Chulupe. What you see in the field there is Sylvester Chulupe, and they are live at the residence of Senator Sir Joseph. Let's have Chulupe to give us a brief update on what's happening there, and then we're gonna move on with the conversation tonight. Sylvester, I want to say welcome to the show. Can you hear me?
Can hear
Okay.
you.
Okay, so I see from what's coming up on our field here that you're joining us from the home of Senator Sir Joseph, right?
Right.
Okay, so since you got there, I don't know how long you've been there now. I think you took over from Diamond. Have you seen the presence of any of the firefighters so far?
Absolutely no. And this is one of the recent residents who are, around here or who have come to assist in this incident are here agitated because since the incident, we haven't seen um, officers of workers from the Liberia National Fire Service coming to this incident. So, as we speak, there's no workers or officers from the Liberia National Fire Service. This fire incident is being reduced or contained as a result of residents' efforts, who
Okay.
came around using their tools like buckets and other things to have the fire reduced or put off. So you will still have the wrestlers here who have put into their effort to making sure to see where we are now. As you can see, the fire has reduced, though there is still a fire in the building, but the fire has been uh, a little bit contained. All right, it's not no longer escalating as it is happening on this other side of this community.
Sylvester, considering that the fire service did not show up, I'm getting information that due to some challenges, in fact, the four engines that we have in the country, all four engines are down. Now, did what was the fire contained just in that particular at that particular venue, like at the senator's house, or did it spread across? Because I'm hearing about another incident not too far from the senator's house.
Yeah.
So I cannot say the incident here at the senator's residence is the same incident I know that is ongoing. There is a separate case right here because you have about 5 minutes walk away from Senator Has Joseph's house, where the other house is
Where
is
this
on fire
next fire?
already, got on fire. So we cannot say uh, this is as a result of the fire that is here at the residence of Honorable Sir Joseph. So the other house that is got on fire on that side is another case. There might be a difficult, all right.
What are the
So
what are the
we
eye-
cannot say the fire
yeah,
has been escalated. from the
Yeah, so
honorable
so that's
house to
I want to get from you what are the eyewitnesses telling you? The two incidents happened at the same time. So because we are getting information that electricity went, LEC went, and then in the process when they came back, then we had this situation. Wow, we've lost Sylvester. We're hopeful of okay.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
Sylvester, are you there?
Yeah,
So in
yes,
no
yes.
time, when the electricity came back, the place got a fire.
Mhm.
Did it happen? Did the two incidents happen at the same time, or what are the eyewitnesses telling you with respect to that?
So we are not being able to talk to the eyewitnesses right there because some of them they are very agitated. But in the next few minutes we will be able to talk to them. But the incidents occur simultaneously. I mean
Okay,
the same hour, same time.
is
So
that the next venue
uh,
that you're moving towards? There, we're seeing on the stream.
yes, I'm getting outside of Honorable Sir Joseph's fence to see how best to talk to maybe people who have come to assist in this process. I mean, our witnesses, like you
Okay,
just asked as to what are they saying. That was what I wanted to do to ask a
okay.
few
So
people
Cholobe,
who are around.
can you also take us to the next venue? Let's get to establish how far the both incidents are apart from each other. Is it anywhere nearby? Can you walk there? Can we get to see?
Yeah,
Uh,
so I'm walking now to see the condition of that other incident. I'm trying to make my way there to see the condition of that area.
okay, so this is the situation. Once we establish that you are there, then we're going to take words from you with respect to that. But guys, again, this is where we are. A very terrible situation here, and this time around, affecting a permanent citizen of the country. Senator Sir Joseph's house um, is also one of those homes that have got a fire today. And the the National Fire Service cannot respond according to information we're getting due to some of those challenges that they are faced with. Now, let's talk about this whole HR taking over thing, because what we're getting from well-placed source or sources within the Liberia National Fire Service is that based on this mandate, things are not working like normal, and so because of that, you cannot we're not seeing the kind of response we should be getting from the Liberian National Fire Service at this point. I mean, what's your take on that, guys? Let's start with Magnus, and then we're going to move to George, and then Alfred. Welcome to the show.
Nelson, thank you. I mean, the issue with the whole officer in charge thing at the various agencies and ministries, I mean, like according to our civil service law, I mean, there are structures set up, right? So
Mhm.
from directors downwards, those are civil servants, right? They are the
Okay.
backbone of the ministries and the agencies. They take charge, they do the work. And those assistant ministers, executive director, those are appointees. So when the appointees are leaving, the directors or the HR takes over. But I mean, Elsie, at some of the agencies, these are some of the things we're saying. I mean, the government is overloaded with people who are, let's say, incompetent. And what I
But,
want to say,
but do you see this whole idea of HR taking over, especially for certain uh, agencies or institutions that are supposed to be responding to emergency situations, like you have in the case of the National Fire Service? Is this something that is really prudent?
I mean, Nelson, I don't see a problem with that because, like, at the National Fire Service, the people who go on the field, the firemen are not executive directors. So the National Fire Service have technocrats, they have technicians. Those are the people who do the work. So, in the absence of executive director, the fire service, the firemen should be there to go out and do their duties because they are civil
Okay.
servants. They are paid.
Thank you.
So
Let's go you there, Magnus.
I believe, like, let me make my final point. I think the HR or whosoever is in charge should be summoned tomorrow or the day after by the Senate or whosoever by the legislature to explain why there is no coherence at the National Fire Service, and also what happened to the logistics, like the fuel for the engines. I think
Thank you.
those are questions that they need to answer.
Now, we're gonna move to George, but as you see now on the screen, Sylvester Chulupe has arrived at the second uh scene where this outbreak took place. Sylvester, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you. What I'm trying to do now is to get in contact with the direct victim. So once I see the person, to be able to get the actual source of the cause of the fire and what led to this fire. So I'm trying to get in contact with the direct victim. So in the next 1 or 2 minutes or so, I will definitely rejoin you.
Okay, so thank you. Once you do that, you can just give us you can signal to us, then we will be able to bring you in. But Josh, let's hear from you on this, man. We with respect to this situation, what we have now, what we see happening with the Liberian National Fire Service, just today we are getting information that there have been about 5 fire outbreaks just today. Just today alone, 2 here and 3 other ones, 5 different fire outbreaks. Those are the ones that have gotten to the attention of the authorities. Not to mention the other outbreaks that that didn't get to be reported and stuff like that. But let's hear your take on this, Josh.
Nelson, look, thank you for bringing us on today again. Look, what I want to say is that a problem identified is a problem solved. When you fail to identify the problem and the root causes of the problem, it escalates and it becomes problem. I'll give you a little bit of example
So
before I
yeah,
go.
Nelson. So we have the
Okay.
victims already here. So we try now to uh get in contact with them. How are you, Mama? How you doing?
No, she's not okay. She's not okay.
Huh?
Doko ama for me. I lele for the mewa in the house. The current when coming when the current and tell the fire started.
Oh, so the time you coming in, the time fire started.
Yeah.
When the fire started, I wish I was
The
doing.
my child are sleeping.
Mm.
Why am I? No, yeah, the face yeah, was living in the house.
All right, so let's talk to. How are you, sir? Welcome to Spoon TV. What can you tell us about this incident? Your house got that fire. Which hour? What led to this incident?
Yeah, I think I had it 1 or 2 minutes ago.
Your name, please, first.
I'm Elvis Amatama.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
The thing about it right now, I don't really know what to say, but I just want to give God the praise first. Because it is God that got me on that fire.
Mm.
I will lie down because usually ADC is not stable. So most of the thing what we do, we'll lie down, we'll keep the windows open so that we can get breeze. So the window was open so as soon as quarantine, I decided to close the window bar and put air conditioner on. So I wake up, I started sliding glass bar. I put the curtain there, I put air conditioner on. While lie in 10 minutes time, I started to hear funny sound in the living room. Also smell. So when I jump out to open the door to see what was in the living room, I stood like the whole house on fire.
Mm.
Yeah. I tried to run the living room to find where to get outside. The fire wouldn't permit me to run there. I remember when I think I said, well, then I was thinking, I said the iron bar will be hard opening the door because the door, I think I can try the door. I held my breath because the smoke couldn't permit me to breathe. I held my breath into the door. I slide iron bar. So I step it open. I just want to give God the praise.
So you don't know exactly what led to the fire, right? The only thing you remember is that the electricity was unstable and
We don't have to let it. don't have leg for the whole day. So I wonder why I saw later I want to ladder and starting glass, keep it open so that I get breeze.
So tell us, you are a rental, right? You know. Okay. So how many
Was there any
persons in
victim?
the any casualty?
You know, I just double my left brother were in the house. They also go trying to get what else somebody go bring the we see more max. They got marks on them too. Because
How,
he said I live with my kids here, but I just told them to go to their mom. They spend time with her.
so how many persons actually live in the house?
There were five occupants. But the two kids now here, two of my two little brothers, myself.
So what are those materials? What you guys were doing? You know, before the incident.
Living the place, I got everything there. I had everything there. The TV I had in 5 inch. I had everything you think of, in a normal house. And when I stayed with nothing, I keep on with that never gave me this time. Never. I live begin. I didn't give me trouble to wear. I thought I naked with brief. Get the flat brief and close that way.
Okay,
Rent it
no,
was
no.
naked.
Just see this fire incident. Have you seen any workers or officers from the Liberia National Fire Service?
No, we attempted calling them. I think what we did here that they don't have other machines are done. They don't have filling a machine. It's so sad, know that we live in a society where we need the people that we depend on. They will tell you things that will shock you. And for me, I don't want to give God the praise that I had life. I got life. God gave me a second chance.
Next thing you were asking, what were you saying?
No, he already addressed that question with respect to whether there was any casualty. But he said that no, there was no loss of life, which I thought is very important. Is there anyone who said who has a question just before we let Sylvester go?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, so another thing, so with the status of the fire now, it has at least been contained. But who assisted in the process?
The community dwellers, the young people in the community, the old people, everybody came to our rescue because as you can see, the place congested. For the people in the community, the fire was spread everywhere. We haven't seen no fire agent really come and take nothing. I don't want to go for
Okay.
the person where to the community dwellers.
Okay. Yes,
So
nothing.
thank you. Thanks to you, Sylvester, and thanks to the gentleman there. And we are all saddened by the situation, man, and we look forward to some interventions from the relevant authority. Yeah.
Okay. So thank you, sir. Your name again, please.
I'm Elvis Amatama.
Okay. So that's it, Nelson. So the incident, the fire incident, has been contained, though not 100%, but as we all can see live here, it has drastically contained by residents of this community. So they have managed to at least have it contained, as you can see. So it can no longer be escalated to another
Thank
houses right there. Yeah.
So thanks a lot, Sylvester, for giving us update out there. We sincerely appreciate your effort, especially at this time of the night or this early morning hour, being out there and giving us update. We appreciate you, Sylvester. Thanks a whole lot.
Welcome.
Thank God.
Wow.
Nelson, I have a quick point quickly. Not for
Yeah.
Lester. We are talking
Yeah.
about 4 fire trucks in the entire Republic of Liberia. That's the first thing. The second thing is they don't have gas. But guess what, Nelson? Our lawmaker take 2,000 worth of gas slip every month.
2,625. Let me help you.
Thank you, my brother. I eat my math school fees. 2,600 plus gas slip each lawmaker every month. But the fire service truck cannot be fed. Let's let Brentford think about that. Why can't we
Thank
get
you.
up and go protest at the Capitol building? It's serious. These people couldn't be taking that level of gas, and the main fire service in the country cannot be fed. This is so embarrassing.
Sorry.
Thank you, thank you. Josh, you were just in flight, trying to
Yeah,
weigh in your thoughts
yeah,
on this
before George
issue.
come,
Just
George, please
no, no,
permit
yeah.
me, let's chip
Let's
in.
let no, let's have Josh to come in. Josh was in flight. And then you can come in later, Alfred. I want to welcome you. Welcome to let me say welcome Shirley and also Mary. Thanks for joining the show as well. So Josh, you want to conclude on the point you were just trying to make? Why?
Yeah, Nelson. Look, like I started, I said, a problem identified is a problem solved, and a sickness that you keep to yourself is a sickness that kills you. And we all know the problem in Liberia, but sometimes when you talk about it, people don't listen. They try to politicize it. Look, I was in Liberia a few months ago. I was trying to fix my mom's house, and I told the guy, "Look, I want to buy, electric wire." And he said, "Okay, for all the whole house, you can pay $75, or if you want a Google one, the other one, $300." And I looked at him for long. I knew that this was border on my people life. You know what I mean? I knew that if I buy cheap cables in here, they will easily burn. Why if I buy the good ones, they will last and they will not cause fire easily. So these are the decisions we need to be taking. So is we can handle these things both ways. We gotta handle it by disallowing certain importation of certain goods into our country to avoid people using them and killing themselves. This is completely wrong. And the second aspect I want to talk
Nelson,
about is that
sorry,
look,
Josh. Molokai, can you put your phone on mute?
Nothing I mean. Nothing yet.
Yeah,
I mean.
but guys,
Yeah.
let's all mute so as to avoid the feedback, please.
See, that
Yeah,
was
go ahead.
easy.
yeah. So the thing is that the last time we are talking about fire incidents in Liberia, people try to politicize it. When Luther Tabet house got burned, they said that sedition burned a man's house. When the Ministry of Finance had fire incident, they said they're trying to burn records. Instead of us dealing with the issue of fire being or enemy number one to attack it together, people started politicizing it. I don't know what citizens are going to say now that Sir Joseph House, caught fire. So the thing is that what I want to admonish every one of us is that when we talk about technical things and we talk about things that can affect every one of us, regardless of who we are, we should be able to avoid politics and deal with
Thank you.
the actual issues that affect us. Thank you.
Thank you. Now let's hear from you, Francis. Francis, you made your point, right? Okay,
Yeah,
so let's
Francis
hear from
done.
you, Francis. Okay, so then we move to Konowa. Konowa, four
Yeah,
engines,
yeah.
four engines,
Thank you so
all
much.
down.
This is the level of you and I can see, the impact or the effect of a country that is endemically corrupt. This is the impact you get. We are so corrupt in every facet of our country. Every fabric of our country is corrupt. I listen to my brother George here. George, I want to agree with you on this one also tonight. When you talk about the kind of importation that we have, construction importation that we have in our country, some of the things that the people bring in our country, they are substandard. They are substandard. And our government, they are not even looking at, the impact of those things. They just say, okay, you're bringing it in, you're bringing it because somebody said now somewhere, and not following the regulation because they want to enrich themselves. Everybody see government as a place to come and get rich. And the easy way you can do it is to corrupt, you go scot-free, nobody taking action against you because at the very top echelon, everybody doing the same thing. So no one is correcting anybody. This is sickening. But Jai, what is your vote? The coroner comes to your house. What is the voltage if you have checked it? What is the voltage that come to your house in America? The last time I checked, all my equipment in was
110.
110. The last time I checked, 110. Why in a country like that will be carried? You be using 220 volt. And nobody talking about that or even so there's a need to regulate our electricity. That is too much. You having 220 volt of current coming into a house that does not even have air conditioning, how do you call it, freezer. The only thing they put having in the house is maybe two or three laptops in the house with one TV with three little things in the house. And all that amount of current going into the house. Anything that happens, what happened to the house? That will burn down. And that's what we're seeing happening in our country. there's a need for us to go back and look at this whole the whole electric grid issue in our country. We need to do
Thank
that.
you. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Konowa. Shirley, let's hear from you.
Maluba, please put your phone on mute. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone, and I mean, Elsie, I don't even know what to say. It's really sad, because I was actually watching Spoon when the video they started going live, to see that the senator house was burning. And little did I know there's another person house that were also burning. They're just really, really sad. And I was listening in, and Cindy was talking about Passion um Club. We were also on live here when Passion Club were burning. So it's just like, wait, what is going on? It's such a joke. You even live in a forest here in America, and if something is burning or your house is burning, you call 911. You will see the fire service people over at your place to be able to help you. And fire service people cannot even go over to help these people. I don't even know if they even show up at Passion Club the last time to be able to help. So I'm not even sure if they're gonna show up at the senator house or the other guy that was on here to show up at his house. But no few. That's so sad. Like you get somebody taking 2,000 plus dollars for fuel, and they just sharing it around to their girlfriend or their whoever they want to give it to. And we don't have fuel for them to save life. And people, imagine that man, they have his good neighbor to go over there to pull him out of that house. There was gonna be two lives who are gonna lose today, or even the other guy and his family. So we really, really need to do something. And I do agree with George. This time it is not about politics. It is about our people. We need to work together and be able to save lives in Liberia, because the fire thing now is just like anywhere you turn, somebody's house is burning. And I don't know why it happened in the night. Well, I do know now why it happened in the night, because as the light go off, something just happened. So we really,
Thank,
really, really, really need to do something about it.
Thanks a lot, Shirley. We have our team now at the JFK. They are going to give us update from there as well. They will tell us what's going on there. Once uh, we receive signal from them, we will certainly connect with them. But Marie, let's hear you. Your take on this issue.
Thank you, Nelson. I was watching the situation. Is really sad, and for me, I when I look at it, I see so many things wrong. Right now, that the government of Liberia that's in place right now really need to focus on. They need to give our people education. They need to be educated when it comes to what George was saying about people purchasing Chinese wires to connect to their meter and to their houses. It's not safe at all. And our lawmakers are prioritizing the wrong things. We saw the other day, uh, the other lawmaker went and gave Joseph Baga ambulance when he was not the one that needs it. The community and the people are who need it. They're getting fuel, they're getting gas money that's way more than what they're supposed to be getting. And it's just so many things I see wrong. I also saw that when they was taking the senator out, and the lady, she had to be, they had to remove that iron bar. I need the government of Liberia to educate the people. Now that they see fire when you're building houses, these are the situations you need to think about. Like, it's not safe to, if you have an iron bar and a house is burning, how do you get out? It's so difficult to watch. And a lot of things needs to be put in place. The government of Liberia need to prioritize all of the emergency services, the ambulance, the fire service, security and everything and education towards LEC. I don't know how much LEC are investing into education as well. It they really need to do a lot.
Yeah, so Mobile, you can go ahead. Try to establish contact.
Thank you, Nelson. Well, for me, like the wire issue that George raised, right, is very important. Like sometimes people just go buy any kind of wire, and also the maker wire people use is like, look at you get 220 current going in house, well, only get two level and one TV. It's risky, and secondly, I will blame, I will give a little blame to LDC, which is a money carton, right? He the boss of NDC, right? I don't think he's doing anything to stabilize the identical or current fraud. I mean current issue that happening in Liberia, because the moment current go, current go, current can. Even you get good wire, my brother, just sometimes it will just when it come without force, it will just blow something up and you go low, fire, your whole house catch on fire. So I think the LDC boss, he need to call on a press conference, address these issues, and tell and get it like people hope that he's working, tirelessly to settle these issues, because it's getting out of hand. Half of the houses now, when you ask people, they say, what the cause of the fire? The people say that current. What the cause of the fire? That current. And it is bad for our country. You can have small country like you say. First of all, you say you don't have stable electricity. Why will you get 220 power to a house? 220 voltage. It's not small voltage over there. Why you're using 110? You put your freezer on. You put all your things on. It's still stable. So I think the LDC boss need to address these issues because it's getting out of hand. The last time it was in point 4. A lot of people just current the same current issue. So I think like it just
Yeah.
the local lawmaker, the lawmaker. Yeah, let me just lay on this right now. The lawmaker, although would beating on other people on fire, but the lawmaker, he was in the house. They should have put a lot of money in the budget too. But they put nothing there. The last time the fire service boss would call him and say, you need the money to put in the budget, and he said, you're not even getting it on time. Salary and all of logistics, they're not getting it on time. So I think the lawmaker gotta go. I think the way it happened to him, I say, I'm not like it's not being. I'm not trying to put this in politics. I'm not politicizing. There's nothing, but I'm just trying to lay a premise for when it happened to the local man, it can happen to the man up there. So make sure when you're doing things, you do it equally for
Okay,
everybody.
Mama, I will have to hold you there. I will have to hold you
My
there.
brother,
We
fire
have the
has
team.
no
No,
respect
Alfred,
for
no,
anybody.
Alfred. We have the team at the JFK now. Let's connect with the guys from there. Sylvester Chulupe and the rest of the team. Can you guys hear us?
Yes, most definitely. So we are live from the St. Joseph Catholic Hospital, where the Honorable Sir Joseph was brought following the fire incident at his residence. So, as his residence. So, as you can see there, we have the doctors right here, and they will be telling us exactly the status of the senator, what condition is he is now. So, Manan, welcome to Spoon TV. You are live and also on the radio. Please tell us a name and tell us exactly the status of the senator.
Um, My name is Rosetta Morris Primo. I'm the nurse in charge in Washington, right? Sir Joseph was rushed in fully conscious and right. Smell the smoke of this during on the body. You see the dark spot all around. So we did all our initial everything there, did all our initial care that was necessary. Right now he's very well. He's resting. We included his own oxygen, so we try to restrict too many visits because he needs to rest.
You said when you was brought here, you could see, I mean, smell smoke,
Yes.
from him, right?
Yes, yes.
So who brought you? Did he say anything when you were brought? Did he make any statement?
He said he wouldn't want to see the other people that was in the house. He wanted to make sure they are also safe.
Okay.
So the the son who came along with him with some other guys because he was actually brought in by some community dwellers along with his son. So they brought him in and we asked him to wait outside. The son explained that the explosion took place right in the living room and then how he managed to rush outside and get into the help.
His son.
Yes.
Okay. Did his son say anything about what led to the fire and what were they doing before they experienced this incident?
Um, no, he said,
Mhm.
he was in.
Okay.
And they were, when he smelled the smoke, he opened his door,
Okay.
and then he smoked, just the smoke was in, and I had to close the door.
Mhm.
And close the door, he has to go through the window, get something, and then push the door right outside the door. The neighbor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean they can establish the cause of the fire. They only subsequently they only saw smoke around them and
Right now, we cannot tell the actual story
Yeah.
concerning the fire.
So concerning the fire, but the good news is that the senator is well. He's doing good, right?
Mhm.
And then he rushed to the room. Later on, he went to go call for rescue.
Okay.
So
Okay.
they brought in him. There was a group of guys who came.
Okay.
Brought him in. So that is so far we know.
Okay. Okay. So Nelson, you listen to the doctors here. They telling us clearly that the senator is okay. He's conscious, and everything is okay, and he's responding to treatment, and he's here along with his family members, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So
Okay.
that's it, Nelson.
So thank you, Sylvester, and thanks to the nurses and the doctors there as well for living up to their professional duties. And I think it's just a good thing that they were able to attend to the senator. We appreciate them, and thanks to you, Sylvester, as well, and the team there.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So again, this is where we are. Let me bring the team back on. This is where we are. You heard from the nurses there that the senator is safe. He's okay. He was even able to say a word when he was rushed at the hospital to ask as to what was the condition of the other family members, the other occupants of the house, and so he's resting. That's according to the nurses there who were able to speak to our team. Yeah, but
Let me let my
Marie,
thought.
Ma- okay, or
If
was it okay? You were the one in flight,
Yeah, let me
and
just let
then
my thought
yeah,
because
just
my brother Alfred want to tackle me on that issue. I say, look, but next, Alfred, let me tell you, right? If the lawmaker put a lot of money in the budget today, even when we call, when we're on the phone with Donald today, Donald said there was no logistic, there was no fuel. So you think if they put a lot of money in the budget, even right? If nobody there to, let's say if the director is not there, the other people are there, they will cater to the job. But first of all, they emphasize on logistics. They said no fuel. No, I don't like it's not even fuel on it, but they need other stuff. So if the lawmaker then having to put a lot of money in the budget towards this thing instead of them putting money in their pocket to marry make, look, our people will live better life. Let me tell you this. Our people live better life. Because even the first call you will make, the people will not tell you say we get gas or we get fuel. They will not tell you that it already in the tent. And you see them and you see them on their way going. But they have it because the money, even while it was in the budget, all the money they put in the budget, they don't even give it to the people. All the people started complaining. Even the boss here, the last time they were complaining on it. The best there, the money got in the budget, even for you to receive the money, a problem. So I think the lawmaker need to go back, and recalibrate on this issue so our people can live a better and to be protected as well. I submit, Nelson.
yeah. Alfred, I saw you wanted to come in quickly.
Yeah, brother, I agree with you. I was not trying to disagree with you. You know, the first thing, we are now in the 21st century. People need to know that public service, you go in public service to service your people. It's not there for you to go and get rich. All right? It's not there for you to go and get rich. Right now, as I speak to you, I because I have my email with the university, that a government job has come to me. Well, I say I'm ready to go in government job here because they pay very low. I'm trying to make my way in the private sector because I want to make more money. You understand the point? So if we have a system where people put their everything into it, trust me, we'll have a very good system. Nigeria is too small. 5 million people. Can you imagine just 5 million people? Why if we're like 200 million people like Nigeria? What's going to happen in our country? You know, it's so sickening that simple thing like fire protection, fire prevention rather, we are not able to deal with it as a country. What about the health sector? What about security? Oh man, but that's
I
so
think I
unrealistic.
think
Thank you.
Maluba
Thank
really
you.
have problem with putting her phone on mute today. It's echoing when someone is talking. Should we
I think your phone get
should we
problem because only
control the
one.
mute button for you today, Maluba? Because I think you're struggling with it. Let's get your phone on mute.
Okay. Yeah. So thank you. And again, Mobile, I think you are a co-moderator here. You know that part of the rule we have to uh the only mic that should be open is the person speaking, and because when there are too many mics open, it causes this serious feedback. I just hope we try to adhere to that. George, I know you want to come in, but there's an emergency somewhere. We want to hear from some of the one of uh in fact someone who has some information on it. Um, a relative of someone who was picked up from somewhere, and there's some information around that. So Josh, we'll come back to you. Let's Wow. Okay, so Josh, just make your point quickly as we try to reconnect with this person.
Yes, look, what I was just about to inject was that my brother Alfred talked about prevention. And when we talk about prevention, we're not talking about ambulances or fire engines. That's not prevention. That is fighting fire. I think prevention is what we actually spoke about from the beginning. To stop selling substandard building materials to our people, and making sure that there are alleyways, to move to houses. Like houses should be accessible, and all these things. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. But I think our people will politicize this again. I think we need to just focus on the actual issues, because that's what the problems are, instead of we play politics. It's sad, and this could happen to anyone, because usually if you are abroad, you easily fall victim to these things, because you send money back there. The people use the money to buy substandard things. They will not ask you if you even you will say you're buying the most expensive one, but no, in actuality you're buying the cheapest thing on the market to build a house, and you go back to stay for holiday. Boom, here we go. And maybe what we need to be telling our people again is that when current goes, pull your breaker off. Maybe it's another way to help. Pull your breaker off, put it off altogether. When it comes, you put it back on. So that will help as well. So these are all preventive
But how will you know
measures
that went
that I
on?
think.
How will you know if the breaker
No,
if the breaker off?
when the current comes, you see the neighborhood will get on fire. I can say light. So those are common, things we can start telling our people so that they can get used to them, and make sure that we can prevent fire easily in our community. So that's where I want to start.
Thank you. Anybody got a point?
Yeah, for me,
The next one is coming. All right.
just on what Josh was saying, because looking at the wires that are used, like in America or other places, they got building codes, and they got wires that are used in certain places and whatnot. So the wires that LEC is using is different from the wire you put in your house. So if we want to stop some of these things, we gotta start educating our people on the type of wire and the kind of wire you connecting to that LEC, to that LEC wire. Because if you take substandard wire and connect it to the high tension wire that comes from LEC, I mean, you're gonna have problem. Secondly, I think I have a little discrepancy with the lawmakers allotment for gasoline. The entire office of the representative takes $2,802 worth of lubricants every month. Every month. 2008, the office 2,800, but the fire service, that is a national entity, don't even have gasoline or fuel oil for four engines. I mean, that's a disgrace. And if they will come, because sometimes they come in defense, oh, we give the budget. If you give the budget to the National Fire Service and there is no gasoline, call them, let them answer, make them to answer.
Thank you.
But if you can't make them to answer, that means you are complicit in what is going on.
Okay, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. I see Cindy, you want to come in, but I want us to chip in this person real quick. They have some sort of emergency situation they want to send out an SOS call for. Hello, you're live on the radio. What's your name? So where are you? Where are you joining us from?
Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Hello?
You're live on the radio. Can you hear me? Hello?
It's like she's listening to devices or what, something like that.
Can you hear me? Hello? But you should be hearing me. You should be listening to the phone. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello, are you there? Can you hear me? Okay. So I want you to talk to us. What did you say is the situation?
Hello?
Can you hear me? Hello, are you there? But why do you hear me only from this? Okay, so can you hear me now?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Okay, so what did you say is the situation now? Real quick, because we
Yeah, because the time she called,
who is the she? I want you to tell us what's happening to where you are.
yeah, the people, and because I think he on, and since
Who
she
is
called,
the hello?
my daughter, yeah,
What happened?
she they took me, she and her friend from he point they carrying and no smell no taste. I know said she called, she said the one man carrying it in fence in jeep. In smell no taste, and I know that smell no taste.
So listen, I want to establish from you firstly, ma'am. Your
Yeah,
daughter, what is her name?
my name Privé Guerre.
Okay, so please contact the police. Yeah, I'll provide a police number that you can call. Yeah,
Exactly.
I
The
thought it was
police matter there.
yeah. I will give you a police number you can call. But this is serious, folks, and I thought that the authorities will have to take a look at it. The issue of a fire outbreak. We can talk about all the prevention measures, everything the authorities need to do. But at the end of the day, having realizing this is something that's going to require a whole lot, the involvement of different parties and so forth. So I just like us to move transition quickly to
Yeah, Nelson, before you move on quick, just 5 seconds.
yeah, let's hear you, Michael.
Yes. So like I'm reading the comments here, and somebody posted and they said, not all houses have breakers. I mean, that is the same thing Josh is speaking about. If you have a house that is connected to an electricity that is connected to LEC, all houses should have breakers.
Exactly. It should.
So it is LEC job to come and check if you're connecting. If you don't have a breaker, we'll not connect you until you build a breaker in the house.
But
No, but let me say this. Let me say this. No,
No. Your house should have a breaker.
No, but let me say this.
Bring meter.
And you're
Let me-
responsible for outside bringing the current to your house. You're responsible for what go in your house.
For what go in your house.
I want to respectfully disagree with you people.
No, but guys, let me
you
say.
have a regulation in
No,
place.
guys.
You in your house. You in your
Guys,
community.
let me
You
come
cannot put wire around your house without.
let me come in. Let me come in on this, guys. This is the process. The LEC will not, and I'm talking about the legal authority, will not connect a home without breaker. All right, because as part of the safety measure and everything, you should have a breaker on your home.
Exactly.
So those who will tell you about home without breaker are those who are involved with power theft.
Power tap.
If
Yeah.
someone goes and connect some 2x4 wire and just connect it somewhere, just put their bulbs on. But the LEC, well-trained individuals, electricians, the legal authorities, they will not connect your house when you
Now
get
the
free.
first thing you're supposed to get, yeah.
You should have
So
that.
that what the power will come first before it
Yeah.
can be distributed in the
That's a
house.
Yes.
prerequisite. But just a quick transition. Last evening we discussed this issue with Percy Yeke and stuff like that. Today, he was able to finally turn over all of the belongings, everything he had in his possession that belonged to the EPS. He turned them over, and we just thought to give that update. And so what that means is that um the loan write-up he did, justifying that he was in the service and blah blah blah. At least he was able to finally turn over uh, everything in his possession that belonged to the EPS, the Executive Protection Service. And then a quick one, and maybe we'll just take 30 seconds on this, then we'll go to the phone lines. The president, uh, the other day we were talking about the senators. They should take, they were doing the drug test. Today, President Joseph Yuma Boakai and the VP, and I also saw the presence of the LDEA boss, AB Krumah. He was also there. They all committed themselves to doing the drug test. They took that drug test today. Don't ask me the result for the test. I'm not a medical practitioner. I didn't get the result, but the president, the vice president, and some officials of his government, they did that drug test today. And then finally, the president has mandated the GAC to audit the National Security Service, the NSA, to audit the how do you call them? The Central Bank of Liberia, to audit that institution, and to also audit the EPS, the Executive Protection Service. 3 institutions, GAC, have been mandated by the president to audit those institutions. So you guys can just make your quick input on these things, these those 2 talking points, because we don't have much time, and maybe I can give 1 minute 30 seconds to each person to just lend your thoughts on this, on those issues. So we start with Alfred, then we're gonna make the rounds.
Yes, on the issue of drugs, this the symbolic aspect of it, I think, is commendable, but it has to be holistic. It should not just be on the issue of going to do drug testing. Look, the issue of drug is a serious issue. It's a pandemic in our country. And we should not just look at it from the symbolic aspect, we should also make sure putting in all the mechanisms that will help to fight the issue. The issue of mental health is also there. It's not just about detoxification, but also reintegrating people. You have to, give people what they need to go through training, that maybe, when they come from down there, they can be able to have a new life so that they can have no relapse. So it's a whole big issue. It has to be holistic.
The fact that the president, the vice president, the other day we saw some senators, including Senator Miguel, doing drug tests. What does it say about the whole fight against drugs?
For me, that other aspect is just more or less symbolic, which is good, so that those who are in the habit of bringing drugs in our country can know that this is a clarion call. That if you are caught, you'll bear the full weight of the law. So for me, I think there's a good step. We need to go further than that.
Okay, thank you. And then on the issue of the audit for the 3 institutions, CBL, all these things has a kind of connection with this 40 million and 20.5 million back and
Yes.
forth. No one is taking responsibility. It has gotten to a point now where the president has mandated the General Auditing Commission to conduct an audit.
We expected the president to do that, but in as much as the president is calling for audit, I will urge the president to also declare his asset and
I'm
make it
so
public.
sorry. I think I'm late. Put your phone on mute person today. So George and Francis traffic. Thank you for catching that, George. Please put your phone on mute.
So, like I said again, Nelson, in as much I commend the president for leading the way to talk about audit, let the president declare his asset and make it public. We want to know the president asset. Let him make it public before he start talking about people doing audit around here. In politics, he who speak equity must come with clean hand. He have to lead the way. We talk about it in our campaign. He must be the one to lead the way. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Magnus, let's hear from you quickly, sir.
First, start taking things from people's mouth. You know, I mean, on the issue of the of the drugs, I mean, on the issue of the drug testing, I mean, it is a symbolic thing, but I think it shows how serious the president is when it comes to fighting drugs, and because he declared drugs in his annual message as a national emergency. But I don't want it to just stop there, like Alfred said. Let us go down. Let us start climbing down on the people who are peddling these drugs, especially the importers. Let us try to close all the loopholes for the influx of drugs into our country, because the thing about drugs is people who deal in drugs, they are very powerful people. They have connection in the top echelons of power everywhere in every country. So it is a fight that we must go to head on. We must take head on, and I mean, we should continue fighting, and we should also not forget about the rehabilitation aspect, because if you detox somebody and you don't rehabilitate them, you're gonna go back into the same. Quickly to the issue of the CBL and the NSA and EPS, I kind of feel like the order is welcoming, and I think it should have been the first thing. It should have been done long time, especially for the CBL. For me, like I said, the president, in his wisdom, and I think he's a wise man, he knows where to start with audit, because the CBL is where all the transaction happens, right? And the NSA also the NSA budget is not open. So it is kind of prone to money laundering or siphoning funds, because people just take bulk figure and just put in the NSA, and they say you can check NSA operation. So NSA will have 40 million, but then you will see NSA will not have one operation. We had drugs passing all over there in NSA. We did not see anything NSA did, nothing they've done. So I mean, the order is very welcoming, especially for the CBL, to ascertain what, like what is in our reserve and what is in our consolidated account. Because
Thank you.
hold on a second. Mayu,
Yeah,
by
but your
the
seconds
31st,
have been exhausted.
yeah, hold on. Let me just end on this point. By the 31st of March 2024, we will be changing from the old currency to the new banknotes. So that gap over there, we have to be very careful for people to not be doing all sorts of things like it happened with the last one, where people injected all type of funds.
You know, and there has been this debate. A lot of people say the NSA as an institution cannot be audited by any third party, because it is a very sensitive security institution. You know, and now talking about audit, especially with a mandate coming from the president, well, that has sparked another debate all by itself. But Alfred, just in connection with what you said, let me show you this. This is what came from the presidential press secretary, Kula Fofana. She said the president will declare his asset tomorrow, keeping the promise. Tomorrow, as in today here in Liberia, because it's February 8th here in Liberia. So, according to what Kula V Fofana said, according to what she posted on her page, tomorrow JMB will be telling the Liberian people how much he came to the presidency with, and how much he getting your account asset and everything. He will be telling the Liberian people. I think,
Let
but why
me
did
just frown on this one. Let me just frown on this one quickly. Kula Fofana, Facebook is not the government. Do not run our government on Facebook.
Can I say something, Nelson?
If you want to make a public statement on behalf of the president, call press conference. That is
Facebook
should not be our government.
But you listen to the press conference.
No, but Moba, no, Moba, you
don't. You listen to the press conference.
Guys, please mute your microphones. Please mute your microphones. Let's have Alfred to learn.
I agree, but Alfred not listening to the press conference today.
But if you want to correct Alfred, let it be.
Like I said, if she had a press conference today, we have to be professional here. Facebook is not a place for you to be doing government, you making government policy statement. No, you the press secretary of the president, do the press conference, and everything that's supposed to be coming from the president should be done in the press conference, not on
Thank you.
Facebook. That's
Thank
my
you.
point I'm making.
Thanks a
Nelson,
lot.
10
Thank
seconds.
you.
I mean,
30
Joe
seconds,
Biden
make the
get clear
correction.
a
10
term.
seconds. 30 seconds.
I mean, if you
President,
haven't spoken yet, wait your
President,
turn. When it comes
Thank
to you,
But
then you
I
can
think
speak.
Marie hands were up first.
But
Maluma,
not
guys,
let's
going in
give
the
Marie
queue.
guys,
time.
Not going in the
guys,
queue. Because when it
guys,
comes to,
guys,
you get 10
guys.
seconds and you take
Let's
your time
come.
again.
I think I need to activate the backstage button now because this show is getting a little bit. But let's hear from you. Marie, you had your hand up.
Yeah, just before my turn, I just wanted to make some corrections for Alfred. Not only did Kula Fofana posted it, the president himself said today that he was declaring his asset tomorrow. If you
Right.
watch that video when he did the drug test, at the end he made a brief statement and said he would be declaring his asset.
Thank you, thank you. Francis, you want to make your point on your take on these talking points? Then we'll move on.
I mean, I'll just be quick, man. One is just show leadership that the president is his team uh, getting drug tests done, even though it's not mandatory. But I also appreciate those guys from the other side, like senators and representatives of the CDC or other party, opposition parties that are not giving any pushback. They just show the togetherness in the fight against drug, which is refreshing for our country to see, and that's a good thing. So we're kudos to them for that. And we hope the DEA will be, or the LDEA will be on top of that game and make sure to clean our country. And our brothers and sisters that are hooked on the drugs, they need to be detoxed. And also, like our brother said, hopefully Senator DeLong will get the funding he needs to run his rehabilitation center. And we need more rehabilitation centers in the country to help our folks when they get off of these drugs and other controlled substances. They're able to be properly clean and when they return to society. Because drugs addiction is also a security issue. You know, especially our country is not safe. Is not the country. The economy is bad. People got to hustle to support their addiction. And what else would they do? They will turn to the weakest among us and try to support their addiction. So kudos to the government for that. With the audit, I mean, all I can say is he ran on, he will audit the government. So I know it's just the beginning with those three agencies that he named. So we're looking forward to the entire government, outgoing government being audited so that we know where our country stands. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Josh. Let's hear from you.
Thank you, Nelson. Look, I'm still here scratching my head what the president is going on about auditing the national security sector, right? I'm wondering whether the guys at the auditing firm or whatever they are, I
GST.
wanted to have I wanted to have the security clearance to do that. Because if you go to access information such as Liberia took an undercover mission to Israel to go and get somebody, you know what I mean? Those sort of information, not you and myself, not supposed to be privileged to those sort of information. If you say, okay, we went to Guinea because, or when the Sierra Leone, when the coup took place, because certain Liberian was part of, all those things are, they are all that, those type of information are information that you can only be privileged to when you get certain security clearance. So I hope they do have it. I'm not against any audit, but I just want to make sure the right things are done because these things, when they are not done right, they endanger, the lives of people, ordinary people. Who knows how many people are on maybe who are being taken to hiding, you know what I mean? Or for their own safety, you know what I mean? And they are renting maybe a house in Bapolu, a whole house is there where they keep people when somebody wants to kill you or you are serving as a witness for someone and they have to take you away to put you in witness protection, how they call it in overseas here, witness protection. All those information, who are those people that are going to be privileged to this information? It's something that we need to all ask the president to make sure that he makes clear this information that
And you made a very important point, Josh, talking about security clearance. And the first aspect of the debate has been that the GAC cannot audit the NSA. All
Mhm.
right. And so there comes in with this issue of security clearance that you just mentioned. Who knows? Who knows? Perhaps based on the fact that the president has given a mandate, all other things required will be followed. Because this is not just the GAC, for example, waking up one morning and deciding to go and audit the NSA. No, this is a mandate from the president. Look, go ahead, audit the Central Bank of Liberia. They're giving us too much conflicting figures. They're 40 million, 40 million there, 40 million there, 20.5 million. Look, you need to audit the CBL. You need to audit the NSA. Now, take it or leave it. The NSA is one of those institutions that Liberians, even the people who are not in the security sector, have speculated a whole lot of corruption within. Right? So many Liberians up to date believe that the fact that that institution cannot easily be audited, that place has turned out to be one of the breeding ground for corruption. That's what some people believe up to present. And
So
so
Nelson,
and so yes, you are right. You know the activities, the mission, what they do, and all those different things. Some of those information we may not be privileged to it, and all of that. But
yeah,
again,
how many people are uncovered amongst us that are actually security agents? You know what I mean, of the NSA, because you don't know. And if you are privileged to that information, you know, say, oh, so Nelson can be on the radio, not me, you working for NSA. You get me? And then before you come to yourself, Nelson, your life is in danger because somebody somewhere who has been doing something and know that Nelson knows about these things I've been doing. So he might have been, bad mouthing me on the other side. Your life
thank you.
become, or something. But just let me just go to the audit. Look, uh, we want this audit. We want it to come up. And the president, the drug business, I already said it. I made my point very clear that that drug test that the president was doing, while he was doing it, the boys were still getting high on Center Street. The children were still digging people's graves and busting labor and getting high with it. Let me tell you, people spend millions of dollars just to detox people. They still go back to relapse. Taking drug tests, what a symbolic. I don't know how people want to express that to be symbolic. I don't understand that whole concept because I think it's just wasting time when you're supposed to be hitting the nail on the head. Because the problem is that even at the American embassy, there are DEA agents in the American embassy that are working for the United States government, making sure that drugs don't come into Liberia. When drugs come into Liberia, they know it will enter in America. So people are fighting drugs that way. But for our president to go in clinic to say you can't take my blood, so let me see what a drug inside. Then I mean you're fighting drug. I don't understand that
No,
concept.
no, 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 George,
I
don't
don't
don't make it
understand that.
don't make it sound simple as that. You can take my blood. Let
Josh,
me
it
see
is
what
called
drug
leading by
inside.
example.
You know. But
But
anyway, thank you.
yeah,
Thanks a
yeah.
lot.
No, Nelson, let
Thank,
me let
thank,
me just finish.
thank,
No, you
thank,
can say
thank,
leading by
thank,
example. Somebody who does not take drugs,
thank.
getting me, there's no reason taking drug tests. The thing you need to do is to put measures in place to make sure that the drugs do not reach the people that are willing to buy it at any cost to steal the people money or even their own rent to go and buy drugs just because they have that urge to
Thank
do
you.
it. To stop the supply, I think that's the most effective way of dealing with drugs. Not to go and
Thanks a
take
lot.
blood tests and say, "I want to see what inside."
Thanks a lot, Josh.
You're welcome.
Mary,
You're
you want to
welcome.
come in?
Thank you, Nelson. Look, it's commendable for what the president and some of his cabinet members try to do. However, I'm going to say the same thing I said when it was in my girl's case. I don't think that's the proper procedure. I feel like there should have been mechanism put in place before that's done. Then it will look more um towards fighting drugs. You can't say something is an emergency and you don't put anything in place for it. I think I expected the president to um come up with something that should have been his first work with uh I think her name is Louise Cotto. She was the one that conducted the drug testing today. The designated
The health minister designated.
minister of health. That should have been something I wanted them their first thing to do together, to put together for the Liberian people, where they establish an entity that would be conducting this test and give guidelines and rules and everything towards it. Because look, there are a lot of hiring process is about to take place for various ministries, and if they want to lead by example and other people to go through the same process, I think it was best for a system to be put in place before going to take that test.
Thank
Them going, and she explained the process, but they didn't follow the process. She said initially when a drug test is done, which is everywhere, they make sure the person pocket is empty. They go into the bathroom with I mean, let the person go into the bathroom. They get the urine specimen. uh Here we are not allowed to even flush the toilet, and then you come out, you give the urine specimen to the person, and they put your name on it. And I just saw p upon p on the on I know they was putting names, but it was just so many p's on the table, and it wasn't done professionally. I'm sorry, I don't think um I will hail the president for this. I really need him to put stuff in place, a system in place, because the same thing McGill did, that's what he's doing, and that's what every other senator is going to do. How is that helping to take away drugs in the country? How is that helping? And I want, when they do this, let them put a system in place where every ministry, people should take drug tests at least every 3 months or something, to make sure they're fighting the drugs the right way. But he tried, but I would like him to put a system in place for that.
thank
And
you,
when it
Mary.
comes to the
Audit.
auditing, of course, we're here for it. It's necessary, and that's the only way the Liberian people will see the transparency in Honorable Barker's government.
Thank you.
Starting from there is a good thing.
Thank you. We're about to go to the lines. So, Sandy, quickly, then we take Shirley and then Moba. Then we open the phone line.
Number uno, Tom, you wanted to the long?
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you
I was
can
sad
wave,
about
if,
that.
if you
Y'all
guys
think
can wave that time to the Liberian people, that will be okay. They will commend you guys for
We
that.
love them, but they gotta make it. But look, let me get to the issue quickly. Look, when you don't want certain things in your household, you lead by an example, right? You show example. When you don't want certain things in your workplace and you are the leader of that workplace, you lead by an example, right? That's what you do. You lead. You become a leader. Joseph Walker taking a drug test does not mean that it will take drugs out of Liberia today. Joseph Walker is telling the Liberian people, I don't want people having any affiliation with drugs in my government. So we will initiate drug tests. This is just the beginning. And to lead, I will lead that. I will tell you that as your leader, I want nothing to do with drugs. In fact, I'm not on drugs. I don't want my government official to be on drugs. So I'm going to show to you that I have none of that in my system. And I'm encouraging you too to do the drug test. I agree the process was not well done, but this is the beginning. I think we can improve on that. We had a president that was accused numerous times that he was on drugs, that he was high, that because of his affiliation with drugs and the people that are around him, they are taking in the drugs, they are selling the drugs to our people. It was because of that that drugs, the issue of drugs amplified in Liberia under his administration. But guess what? Not a single day that man say, oh, let me go take drug test. In fact, he swept that thing under his feet. So when we have a leader come up to say, look, I will be the first to do a drug test, we must respect that. We must commend that. We have drug laws in the country. The issue we have in Liberia is the enforcement of those laws. Importation of drugs, we must be strong on it. The importers can be as powerful as they think they can be. I mean, they are, but let us be strong on it. It was under President Weah administration that people were caught and set free with millions of dollars worth of drugs. We must stop that.
Thank
The
you.
issue of drugs that Waka met is not a joke. Every corner, Nelson, have drugs. When I was in Liberia, my village was very peaceful. Now you go in my village, you have Zogos on drugs. This Zogo thing is not Morovia based. It's not Morovia alone. It's everywhere in Liberia now. The drugs are in every corners of our country. We will not fight that overnight, but we must take steps. And Joseph Waka is taking the first step by doing a drug test. And I think we should commend that. All of us, if we go to Liberia, let's take drug tests. Let's do it. Let's encourage our people to do it. It shouldn't just be the leaders. The president, his household, our lawmakers, our ministers. Let us all take drug tests periodically, consistently, so that the ordinary people on the street will also be encouraged to do the same.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Cindy. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Shirley, you want to go?
Wow, how do I feel like Cindy took my time, his time, Maluba time to give his point? But anyway, I think everyone said they all that you have to lead by example, and I think that's what the president did. And I'm so happy that he is also leading by example. That tomorrow he's going to declare his asset. I think it's way overdue. I wish he have done it earlier. And also, I kind of agree with everyone that the process could have been more professional. I felt that they were actually having fun, which they should be having fun, but it was something that if you are leading by example, just do it the right way. So I hope that there are laws that are going to be put in place so we can be able to fight the whole drugs thing, especially coming from someone who loved one passed away from drugs. Is really personal to me. So I just hope that a law can be put in place. Yeah, we're talking about the people that are in government trying to fight the drugs. There are a lot of young people on the street. So let's make sure that we have a lot of rehab center for those young people, and not just a center that going to take people money and have their children in there, and yet the kids can go there and still take drugs and die from drugs. So let's focus on a real rehab center. Let's make sure that we can all fight this together as Liberian and take drugs out of our country so our young people can focus on education versus going on the street to take drugs.
Thank you. Thank you, Shirley. Moba, finally, you want to take us to the line? Let me put the numbers up now. Moba,
Yeah, thank you.
just take 20 seconds and take us to the lines, Moba.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, but I'll just come in with my brother Alfred. Alfred, sometimes, on public radio, before you make any announcement like that, before you make any thought like go make your background check and be like, okay, you know what? This is it. JMB today said it, and the Fofana, she came out, she said it. Now, if you go on a Facebook page and see it, your duty is maybe to maybe investigate further. Instead of just say she only posting on Facebook, she didn't come up publicly to say it. So I think you're in the wrong of that.
No, you misconstruing me. I'm right here. I said she should not use Facebook to announce to Liberian people about what the president is doing.
Okay,
That's the
but
concern I was raising.
Alfred, if the president said it, what's wrong with the presidential press secretary posting it on Facebook? If the president said it indeed,
even in the country, right? Even in the country.
And her responsibility is to inform the Liberian, let's say Liberians, about the activities of the president. What's wrong with her posting it on Facebook?
Whatever way you want to interpret this, from a professional standpoint. But let me say this to you, Nelson.
Yes,
we beat on the George Weah government for people not doing their job professionally. We don't want this thing to continue. If the president, the presidential press secretary wants to inform the Liberian people, there is a channel that she can go through, which is she has her office. She can call press conference and do it right there.
It doesn't matter. She even says she can say post it on Facebook. It happened in America. All lawmakers, even
Okay,
Obama, Facebook
we
page,
are
when you go
going
there,
to
you
the
see
phone
all
lines
his
now,
giving and
guys.
all the stuff.
We
It
are
mean
going to the
anything.
phone
It
lines.
mean
We are
nothing.
You
It's
know
just
the
something
reason
that
why people have problem with Donald Trump? It was
I
the
know you say
same thing. He
because
was using Twitter as a government feed. That way he used to go and make
no, but
announcements.
listen,
Well,
Donald
Everything.
Trump.
what's got Twitter page?
so,
Listen
All
so,
now.
right.
so
But
guys,
my
we
man,
have
you
to
see
go
all my
to the phone
time.
lines.
I would like to address Sandy's comments so later on after the call.
Let's go to the phone lines, guys. Mobile allow Alfred to interrupt him and use all his time. He did nothing about it. You should have muted Alfred, Mobile, but you didn't mute the guy. You
You got a
sat there,
button, man.
allowed the guy. Yeah, I gave
I get
the
it. I get it artificial. I get it artificial body.
but let's take some calls
And
now.
I need to mute Maluba and Sandy because their phone is not on mute.
Yeah.
Oh, how they say, yo, let play. Hey, get this gonna help with that. Putting it on all today because only the one complaining on it. Nobody on this set.
No, but it's serious. That's part of our
No,
rules here.
I am
So,
taking over. I actually
yeah,
might hire
it's
myself as
it's
someone who will check that everyone is on mute. Thank you very much, Nelson.
Hello, Nelson.
hello. Let's take our first call. Hello, you're live on the show, sir. Your name and where you call from.
Yeah, Nelson, I'm Abraham Martin. I'm calling from the USA, North Dakota.
So go ahead
My
quickly, sir.
attention has been due to, my attention has been due to the fire outbreak about the senators and about Joseph. It's very frustrating. I'm very disappointed in our government. I'm very disappointed. So, seeing how it happened before we come out for solution, I'm disappointed, Nelson. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. 0555 0555 Let me put the WhatsApp number up now so that you can call in and make your point via the WhatsApp as well. But you can call the local line 0555 Hello, you're live.
Good morning, Nelson.
Morning, sir. Your name and where you call from.
This is Danwadi P from 540. You know, my brother, I appreciate the president so much for going for the drug test. But what I want to know is that if there's any law, why taking the drug test and then somebody is found guilty?
Well, we can take the presidency from him when he guilty when he's
why I'm
positive,
saying if the
rather.
person found with drugs now, is going to test the man found by taking drugs.
Yeah.
What would be the punishment for that person if the person is in government?
Well,
especially like for the senators, the representatives.
So what do you think should be the punishment for those people?
Excuse me?
What do you think should be the punishment for them?
This is why I'm asking, because there should be a law before you can go for the drug test, so that if you are found guilty, then you can be punished for that. But that's why I ask you if there is any law, and who are those that putting all these tests? Which are the hospital? Which are the group that are doing this thing? If there's any organized group that there to go and test people for taking drug tests, or you can go to a special area.
Thank you, sir.
To go drug test, or you can go anywhere to any clinic or wherever. Where are they taking drug tests?
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, you're live. Your name and where you calling from? Hello. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. You're live.
My name is Apprentice. How are you, Nelson? Hello to the panelists.
Yes, sir. Hello to you, sir.
My attention are driven to two things, right? One is the drug test. Look, Liberians, they are playing fun when it comes to drug tests. We that in administration, seeing what's happening, they are playing fun. They're just playing fun to say they're taking drug tests. They're not taking drug tests. Let's put that aside. Let's go to the point right now tonight or this morning. Look, it's saddening to see what's happening. This is not the first fire outbreak. And for God in heaven's sake, people's house has gotten on fire. There's no insurance in Liberia. So those people suffer, and they suffer for nothing. People die. Tonight, Sajus are going to die for nothing. Let's talk about Sajus. Let's look at the poor people. That just a cabinet sent to the lawmaker. That is a cabinet tonight. or this morning sent to the lawmaker. They are taking how many thousand gallons of fuel? If the 2,000 gallons of fuel were just given to fire service, trust me, empower those people, they'll be able to work. In as much as how many fire trucks do we even have in Liberia, in Monrovia?
We have four in the country.
4, no fuel.
Thank you.
If you check from December to today, how many fire outbreak? No fuel.
Thank you.
And whole day they said is no fuel, no fuel, no fuel. People are dying. Today it's Sir Joseph. Tomorrow it will be another lawmaker, it will be another whoever. Man, Liberians, let's start playing fun. Let's start talking too much. Let's start working.
Let's hold you there and take another person, sir. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you. Hello, you live. Your name and where you call from.
Okay, how you doing, Nelson?
Yes, sir. It's good to have you on.
Okay, my name is Johnson. I'm calling from West Warwick,
okay,
Rhode Island. I want to touch on the drugs. And people,
yes, sir. Go ahead. You are live.
Are saying and people are saying there are no laws. There are laws on the books from up to 1980. When you are caught with drugs, like marijuana, what do people call opium in Liberia? When you are caught and charged and sentenced 7 years in jail, ask anybody. And so
okay. You said what's the law? Can you state the law and maybe quote
the
that
law when you are caught
so
with marijuana, opium during those days, 7 years in jail.
What was the law that you guys were using at the time? Because recently there was a drug law passed. I have not captured that portion where it talks about penalty for lawmakers.
Nelson, I don't know when you were born, but you just coming. So you are Johnny just come into the society. When you are caught with drugs in Liberia, the sentence is 7 years in prison. I know you smiling, mama. I enjoy that.
Yeah, you got me. You know, don't allow that face fool you.
No, you just come in, Nelson. I'm telling you, 7 years in jail.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no joke.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
That's the punishment when you are caught with drugs. Now, let's come to the drug test. You see the old man, he's not joking. People say, oh, he's sleeping. People saying, oh, he is slow. The old man is setting a precedent for the entire nation.
Thank you, sir.
And when you are caught, I know JMB very well. Very, very well.
Okay.
He will not joke.
Thank you, sir.
And if people think that he is joking with the drug test or the drug epidemic, they are making a mistake.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Now, I will talk later about the audit.
Okay, sir, you have to be brief because we already have folks on the line. And
no, that's why I just taking step by step. I just talk about drug tests. I just talk about the laws because people here masquerading around the laws for drug when you are caught.
Okay, so can you take 20 seconds to just conclude on the other issue?
Okay,
go to the others.
NSA is not immune to audit. That's the first thing. All right. I will do so, Nelson. I heard other people talking. No, you cannot audit a national security agency. They are not immune to audit. All right. The same way they audit.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Okay, so I think we lost this person on this line, but go ahead. You live from line 2. Let's hear you.
Yeah, my name is Tiglo J. When I'm calling from Police Academy.
Go ahead quickly, Tiklo. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you, Institute there. But my issue has to do with the Liberia journalists.
Okay.
They are R7. Yeah, they can only speak to issue when they occur. Locally, group of 77. The blind people on the streets, walking day and night, begging on the street. They're going to come out, Johnson, go sleep all between the car. Because we can't hear that people there, they can't see you. They'll be talking, oh, the group of 77, oh, the vipers, oh, say what they want to say, you will never talk on it. But when it occur, then the whole area, they'll be talking whole day on TV from the side to the side. It's bad. That's how to put things in place, journalists.
Okay. Thank you. That's a good one. Thank you very much. Let's take another one from this line. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. You're live.
Just Emmanuel calling from Boy Farm this morning. First, I must say sorry to for loss, but I'm happy with the step that the president taking to audit any central bank, NSA.
You say you're not happy with the step to audit?
I'm very, very happy.
Okay.
Very, very happy. You see, 4 years past around 8 money year free, so the mastery or NSA, it will come to light today. If people here giving sensitive information that is will be going and do security where they give sensitive information to people to display people, it will come to light.
Okay.
We're on the road. We will see what will happen. Let the order come out saying that, oh Lord, there's nobody can start from audit to NSA. If you call for the people from America to come from FBI to come audit them, they will be audited. A particular will be audited.
Thank you.
The money laundering been too much in our system. How can one pay or no end? How much one person making there? This is a 24th century. When you say 2024, this is 2024. We must set percent the country.
You said this is what century?
The 2024th century will set percent this country.
No, this is the 21st century. This is the 21st
I
century.
said when 2024, we will set percent this country.
Oh, okay.
You
Thank
will
you,
not
sir.
hear maybe. I said Vision 2024. This is Vision 2024.
Wait. Y'all the caller the internet. So all your own appointment, I will not hear that time. I will not born, right?
Yeah, but when I
So
where
where you guys?
Said 2024.
Thank
Vision
you.
2024.
Thank
Come
you.
to life.
No, I heard you say 24th century. That's why I was
No,
trying to
Vision
come in.
2024 might be the network problem.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Thank
so we
you.
want to
Hopefully this
please be
network
given
is
for
working.
enough time. You will not get the people George and in the lie. You don't get them all the time. Then when time comes, you just 2 seconds. You got to stop. You can keep all night. You will not sleep until 4 o'clock. When I get ready to go to work. There is no need to listen to you.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate you. Your points are well taken. We'll try to make adjustment around that. Hello, you're live. Your name and where you calling from? Hello, are you here? Can you hear me? Wow. Okay, so let's take this person. Hello.
Yeah, Nelson, how are you?
Yes, sir. Let's hear you.
Thank you. Robert Nwakolo, and I call you from District 17.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, we will listen to all these things, guys. We bring it to us. We hear it. And the president taking drugs text, and people will say, oh, it's not supposed to be. You're supposed to say, yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. I don't think that should be the end. I'm saying it. If we, that even in Liberia, we the citizens, if we can support what effort the government want to do, we'll be making fun. When the person making fun, it means we're making fun. But if we see that this thing is not, pleasing us, we should take the stand too. If the person can go to take the steps, then we in the various communities must make it our duty to join the president, to strengthen the president so that we all can fight against the drugs. Look, where I'm sitting now, I just from outdoor. I walk around my community it was from 1 to 1:46. I came back home. Man, this is veteran community. If you come here, you know that the drugs will play away. People are here doing it. So when the person is putting step, then we say, it is that the person will come from the office and can do it down here for us. We must join him. We must join him. We must also say we don't like the drugs. We against it. I will join that. This time to joke. This is not
Thank
time to
you.
joke.
Let's
When it
take the
comes to
last two
audience,
calls
yes.
and thank you.
Yeah.
We appreciate
Thank
you,
you.
Mr. Nwakulu.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's take the last two calls and then we wrap up. Hello.
Hey, Nelson, how you doing, my brother?
Yes, sir. It's good to have you on.
Yeah, thanks to you and thanks to your family. My name is Harry. I just wanted to chime in on the drugs issue. Now, there is the issue of Liberia is that we always like to take the easy way out. Everybody's talking about testing of drugs. Okay, now you're talking about drug epidemic in the country over the last almost more than 6 years. We know the influence of drugs in Liberia. No question about that. So now we have to be looking at the big picture, and what that is trying to strengthen the institution. You already have EPA. There are laws. So what you need to be pushing for is how do you lay out the necessary infrastructure, the logistics for EPA to track drugs importers. All right. So I would like for the House, the senators. When I listened to AP Kroma the other day, I think he mentioned something about 45,000 for operation. Now within the institution, there are budgetary lines, and the operation budget line within the EPA has to carry hundreds of that budget amount. But the one he called was much more less. If you have 45,000 allocated to that budget line for operation in EPA, how do you fight the drugs? You have to be talking about expand the operation of EPA across Liberia.
Thank you.
To halt drug trafficking. So the whole idea of drug testing is just nonsense. And I started hearing about that.
Thank
that
you.
would not fight drugs. Thank you, Nurse.
Thank you. Oh, sorry.
So you forgot that your microphone was muted.
Which the man forgot? The man did it. The man did it deliberately.
We take the final call for tonight, please. I know a lot of you want to call, but we're sorry we can't take everyone.
Yeah.
So we take the final call for tonight. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank God to be the last caller for tonight.
Yes, sir.
Thank God to be the last caller for tonight. My name is Adam Benson. I called you from Waterloo, Iowa.
Okay.
My concern have to do with the issue of drugs. It's not just all to the issue we have in Liberia. If you go to red light, you will see somebody putting their hands in somebody's bag or pocket. And everyone else is sitting looking at that person without blowing a alarm. This is an issue that is spreading. The issue of Zogo getting things the shortest way is spreading to the extent everywhere in the communities. Those children are coming up that the issue of Zogo, when they need Zogo, everybody is afraid to come around you. You're doing something to somebody, nobody wants to help. So we can eradicate Zogo, we can fight against Zogo, and we can eliminate those guys. So Liberia, we gotta love one another, we gotta fight for ourselves, we gotta stand for our security to fight against those children. I think when we take that turn to fight and defend our brothers and sisters wherever they are attacked by those begin, I think that will help us to make those children afraid and we desist from those habits.
Thank
That's
you.
my concern.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate you. Thanks a lot.
Nelson,
Yeah.
Nelson, did I hear that guy talking about let be our own security? Did he mention that word?
No, the man didn't say we should buy CCTV camera.
The man said, "Let be our own security." And guess what? The best security is you yourself. Because if you even sit at home and put your hand in the store,
okay, so George, you're doing your closing now, right? Okay, yeah, just do your closing.
Let me do my closing now. Let me
So,
start.
the guy already else on our time.
Okay, yeah, let me go ahead. If you want me to go ahead, I will do it.
Yeah, do your closing right away.
So look, gentlemen, I always observe even those of us on this platform, we try to politicize everything when it's on our side. People used to say, oh, Joe, we are saying, CCTV, we our own security. Then what the government for? Your own, the first defensive, the first duty of care is to yourself, is to make sure you don't go in harm's way. When people say, but and somebody saying on the same network, we should be our own security, everybody doing that, everybody nodding. But when when Joe say, be your own security, we say, oh, then what the government for? You see, that's the hypocritical thing about our nature. We as Liberians, we hate each other, and when we hate you, we hate everything you say. Even if you give up food, we hate that food. And that's the problem. And we need to desist funny behavior, because with that, we'll not develop. With that, when anything I say you see as politics will not develop. Because even if I say nonsense, 100 times, there will be one thing I will say that will make sense. Because even the broken clock is right twice in a day. So we should be able to think about it and make sure that we do things that are constructive and listen when people say things, and not just politicize everything people say, because there is something good in that. President, we have said this thing, and the whole country went into flame. And I don't think it's correct.
Thank you,
Now
sir.
we are hearing it, and it's okay now. Thank you. And I hope everyone is watching and listening. God bless you.
Sandy, you want to go? Okay, so Mobile, why are you in a hurry? What's going on?
Because when you make me
Mama
laugh,
get
I
visitor.
can only talk for 30 seconds, and then you call me back into what I was saying. So
Mama get visitor in yet test me. Children get visitor.
Mobile open fake account.
I get visitor. All right. I'm at work.
Mobile open fake account. You go in the comment section and inciting the people to say a JJC. But anyway, that's okay.
That asthma, man. Yeah, but
go ahead.
do my closing, man. Let me do my closing.
So let's
show,
take Cindy here, and then we just go by the queue. Yeah. Go ahead, sir.
Well, I'm glad my brother John said you were coming back for me, but you forgot I was. So, John, you come back tomorrow.
I forgot about you. I'll catch you tomorrow.
I mean, we started with a very sad story happening in the country. The senators are Joseph House. But it's also a moment to teach our lawmakers and our leaders in the country. I very saddened by what happened to his house. But I'm also saddened by the same thing happening to a lot of Liberians. There are a lot of our fellow Liberians whose homes have been burned, who have also died in the process. And unfortunately, they do not get to, we don't get to share light on them because they are not senators or lawmakers. Our leaders should take this issue of fire service very seriously. Fire service to our country is important. And that's why President of the United States, pretty much every corner you turn, you see a fire service department or a fire service station ready to respond timely. When lawmakers are getting paid over $2,000 just for gas a month, just for gas, $2,800, just for gas. Let me say it again, just for gas. But your fire trucks don't have gas to respond timely. And people lose their life. Today we're here talking about Sir Joseph. Everybody, I'm feeling sorry for him. And we do. We feel sorry for him. I wish him speedy recovery. I'm glad to hear that he's in a hospital doing well. Again, I'm sorry. But just imagine the number of Liberians that lose their life. Last year, we just had the fire chief on the show a few weeks ago, telling us the number of casualties we had just last year. And so far this year. This is serious. Our lawmakers should be ashamed of themselves, taking 2,000 plus home just for gas. But if only 4 fire trucks in the country don't have gas, just imagine if we are not giving them that money. Let's give them 500 a month, or maybe 400, 300 a month, and take the rest of that money, buy fire trucks, fuel them, so that Sir Joseph House won't have been burned to ashes tonight. So that other Liberians' homes will not be burned to ashes. We got to take our country serious. We have to prioritize the most important things: fire service, healthcare, education. Those are very important things. Today is fire. But many times our lawmakers, when they get sick, guess where they go? They go to India. Ordinary Liberian get sick, where they go? They go to JFK. We got to take the country very serious. And it starts with them, the lawmaker, including Sir Joseph himself. Thank you.
Thank you, Alfred. You want to go?
Well, yes. It saddens me that we are in the 21st century and we are still talking about things that we're supposed to have gotten done when we're in the 1960s. It's quite unfortunate. And I was listening to the public works minister. He didn't even talk about, zoning, for example. One of the issues we have in this country is zoning. The horses
He
are
did.
so
He did. He
cluttered.
spoke about it. He spoke about it.
Okay, I'll wait for you. If you're talking, I will talk.
I
But
just
I'm
have to
wagging.
laugh out
He
loud.
spoke about
Laugh
it. He
out
spoke
loud.
about it. Maybe you're not listening. That's why. I listened to the whole
So,
thing.
Alfred,
But
why
go
are
ahead.
you always not following up on all your points?
Yeah, you can follow up, my man. Come
Listen,
on.
I follow the public works minister. The reason why I say he did not speak much about it is the fact that he did not tell us exactly what he's going to be doing with
Stop
regards to
that thing you've
the
been
issue
doing
of
every day.
zoning. He wanted brush or somebody asking question. Who asking that question was Edwin Melvin Snow. All right, and he just
To tell you
brushed
that
over
Alfred
it.
followed.
Okay,
Alfred is on top of the issue. Go ahead,
okay.
Alfred.
So what I'm telling you here is we have to take everything very seriously, especially the public work ministry, right?
Thank you.
If you look at
Thank you.
Monrovia, for example, people just build anywhere, anyhow, anywhere. There is no building code. There is nothing.
Thank
We
you,
need
sir.
to start from somewhere and be serious about where we want to see this country in the next 20 years, in the next 30 years. I listen to the public work minister. There's nothing like that. There's nothing
Thank
like that. So on the issue of the fire thing here, today is Sir Joseph. Tomorrow might be another person. We need to put all the mechanisms in place to help our people. If you
Thank
come
you.
to government as a person to serve your country, don't go there to enrich yourself. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Alfred. Magnus?
Yeah, thank you, Nelson. Today was a good show. The fire incident was a sad incident, but we thank God and everything is okay. The point I want to make is I just want to send out a congratulatory message to all of those who were appointed today, from Wally to my own big brother Steven Johnson,
Oh
Eugene
yes, I forget about that.
Fangon, and the rest of the guys. We are now seeing the real faces of the frontline generals. We can rest assured that you guys will serve well and you guys will serve your people. Second to my point, I want to talk to the president. The president has not yet made an appointment at Ministry of Mines and Energy. Mr. President, you don't need a rush, because that ministry need meticulous evaluation, because there are people in that ministry who has been over there from early to George Weah, and they're trying to surface again in this administration. They are very nice people, they are good people, they are good professionals, but for the growth and development of the sector, they are not good for Liberia. So, Mr. President, just go through the list of the ministers, the deputy ministers, the assistant ministers that have been over there before, and you will know it's not even hard to see those people. They're trying to surface again, but Mr. President, we beg you, don't bring those people back.
Thank you.
We need fresh faces. We need people who have the country at heart.
Thank you. Mary?
Thank you, Nelson. I don't want to be repetitive because everybody's have already said everything. But my focus, actually, I want to draw my focus to education with everything that's going on in the country. I want to congratulate Honorable Fagon for his appointment. And I really hope that he can use LBS to educate the Liberian people. I really hope that he can put things into place to just give the Liberian people the necessary education that they need, because it's really sad that a law was signed by George Weah for this whole drug issue, but the people don't even know about it. The people are not educated. So, people just go and sign stuff, and the law is out there, and it's just stay within the proximity of the lawmakers and stuff, and the people that is for, they are not even educated towards those things. So I really hope that Mr. Fagon will put some things into place, even if it's not necessary for um I don't know. I really hope that he would take the opportunity to advance LBS, um and educate Liberian people in many ways, whether it's the current issue, is the Zoko issue that's going on, the laws and everything that the Liberian people need to know, so that Liberia will get better. Because we can beat on the lawmakers all we want, but they're not the only ones that's going to change Liberia. The people themselves have to change Liberia. Liberia, even the people are corrupt. Not only the lawmakers are corrupt. Okay, and George, as much as you want to think you wasn't politicizing it, you are. That man did not say we should be our own security. He said we should be each other's security. Okay. And you wanted to politicize it because of what your former president said. That's what you said that. But I think Liberian people need to be educated and things put into place.
Thank you.
Mary is not different.
No
Shirley, you want
problem.
to go?
No problem.
Josh, please mute yourself. Let me see who else. Okay, thank you so much, Mary. But anyway, I just want to close here. I'm not going to say anything that everyone have already said. I just want to make sure that I speak to our people in a very simple English. Please start stealing corn. It's not good for you. Make sure you do it the right way. If you can't afford it, wait. Because if you do so, there are a lot of people that are dying because of the whole fire thing. And I'm so grateful for the senator today, and those families that are sitting out there, and the men have the opportunity. I love what he said. He said, I'm grateful to God that he came out with just his own clothes, but he have life. And I pray that someone can reach out to him, to be able to help he and his family, because I can't imagine just losing everything in one day. But I'm also grateful to God that they have their life. And so let's try to do the right thing, because we Liberian, we are our own problem. We want to do everything the shortcut way. So let this person get light. And I know someone who work at EDC, whatever it is. Let's come over. Let have them steep the current from this other person house, so I can be able to get light. That's not the right way to do it, people. So let's
Thank
try
you.
to do the right thing. And then
Thank you.
Nelson, why you keep taking my time?
Because your
Okay.
time is up. Okay. Take 10 seconds now to just conclude.
Well, you already make me don't. I can't remember my point, but good night to our people. Thank you for watching, and to the people in the comment section. It always good to hear your view on what we are talking about. So just stop shaking your head, and people keep your phone on mute always. Okay.
Thank you. Mama Zokia.
Principal.
They may celebrated his 5th wedding
No,
anniversary.
Nelson, that's not true.
That's not
Huh?
true.
Nelson,
No,
let me tell you that story. Let
no,
me take my 5 minutes.
no.
No, it's
But
not.
Nelson,
But
it,
it's not the
Nelson,
anniversary. It's not the anniversary
Nelson,
over there.
let me tell you
is
this
this not
story.
Moba?
That
Is this
August.
not Moba?
Nelson, let
Is
me
this
tell
not
you
Shelley,
this
Moba?
please
story.
mute. Shelley, please mute. Shelley, please
No,
mute.
Nelson, Marubat is rushing the whole thing. This man woke up this morning, full stare. in our chat room, make it seem like August 10 is right around the corner. Do let the people in February enjoy February, enjoy March, enjoy April, enjoy
But
May, June,
why
July.
the photographer made Mobile as though he's so tall?
Don't mind him.
Tito,
Mobile cannot be taller than me. You know?
Tito.
They may pay smarty for that. He pays smarty for that.
You my Joe talking about how don't even talk yourself because you stab me right under my arm.
Yeah, so
you see Konowa you're bringing Konowa looking at you. You're
no,
talking about
Konowa
God,
not
but
part
Konowa
of
you're
that
looking at you.
discussion. Konowa it's out of the discussion. But George, I do your closing. Sorry,
I mean, I enjoy my brother. I just
So the
enjoy
thing
my
is,
brother.
I just want to respond to Sandy. I just want to respond to Sandy. You know what Sandy said today.
No responding, Benin.
My sister said it, you said it all about power theft. It's very risky. You know, actually, that's true.
You're checking the comment section, mommy was a Marie. Marie and mommy, they're catching in the comment section here.
Okay, now.
What did they go here, Paulo?
No, Magnus. Let's have
first of all, my brother Joe and NSA can be audited by only people who the president already appointed to that position. They can audit that. They never agency. So don't forget that. And auditing that agency, there are certain documents that will make public, and a certain information that will make public, and a certain information they can make public. So that they don't want to rest. Now, the whole fire issues, right? The whole fire issue they start with talking about.
Mama, please don't be long. Please
be
brief. Please be brief.
Yeah. I'll stay on. The whole fire issue, me, I would just emphasize on the money carton, right? The NEC boss. Look, money carton got to come out because look, for the past how many years he been over there? Almost more than a decade, if I'm mistaken, almost a decade. Nothing improved in our whole sector from west to ridiculous. Now he already there. What we expect him to do in the 21st century, like all the African country, right? Everybody get consistent current. The people get current and everything. You can't just say halfway the year, all the countries current, branded, other places current, branded. Only in Liberia, he got to come out, tell the Liberian people, get a press conference and get all the way, get the people courage because half of the horses that branding it causes by electricity fraud. So you got to come out.
Thank you.
I even talk about JB.
And I think we have to go. I think we have to go because we are seriously out of time.
Hey, Nothing. Let me just ask questions.
You know, Mary, yes. Let's save the question for tomorrow. George and the rest of the guys are still here. You know, we'll have the question tomorrow.
It's pertaining to this
issue. Is very sleepy. He actually looks very violent.
Come on.
No, I meant George Weah. Sorry, I didn't say George Weah. You know, they have W too. Sorry, George.
So yeah, Mary, what's the question?
I mean, they play the shot. I'm going to fall off here, baby. They play hard, so you hurry and close the show before I fall off.
I lost my train of thought when it was my turn to talk. But Nelson, I heard you tell one of the caller. Did you say it's 4 fire trucks in the whole of the country?
4 engines, 4 fire trucks.
I hope the president can wake up to this situation tomorrow and address it a little bit. Because my people, Liberia is not Monrovia, and all of these fire trucks are in Monrovia. So what happens to the people in those various counties? What have their lawmakers been doing in that house that their various counties don't even have emergency fire service? They don't have ambulances or anything like that. It's crazy, man. They
so Nancy, you're lying, Marie, to start
so, we have to go. I want to say thanks to everyone. But again, you know, I think in all fairness, it will not be fair to say that absolutely nothing has improved at LEC on our money captain. No, I don't think so. Right?
How many years? How many years you been there?
No, I'm coming now.
Nobody. Okay, go ahead. Because when you say you got to calculate the year.
No, Moba.
I just asking how many years?
I'm out of energy now. Let me just take my time and tell the thing I want to so we can go. So if you look at the number of households that have been connected in recent years, it's commendable. Electricity now is something that a good number of Liberians, from about 35,000 households, we have close to 150,000 households now that are connected. Are there improvements? Yes. Are there lapses? Yes. There are lots of things we need to improve on. But in all fairness, I don't think it would be
Consistency for the
fair
current.
to the management team
Nelson,
to
are you
say that.
expressing your view today? Are you expressing your view on the show today?
No, I'm not expressing view. I'm giving
I'm
information.
listening. I'm listening. No, I'm
No,
listening. I'm
I'm
listening.
giving. Okay,
But
guys.
exactly what I've been asking you to do on the show, to be the gatekeeper on the show, you refused. Only because it was against the CDC. So you are undercover UP supporter.
You
You
see.
didn't need to wear a green. You didn't need to wear a green hat and green shirt at all.
Come on. But guys, I want to say thank you. It's been a great show, and I will look forward to being here tomorrow again. Good night, Cindy. Thanks to you,
Thank you,
Alfred
thank you,
Konowa.
thank you.
Thank you,
See ya.
Magnus
See
Good
Finn.
ya,
night,
everybody.
guys. Good night.
Thank you, George Wither. Thank you, Marie Kethor. Thank you, Shirley Snan. Thank you, Moba Soka. We appreciate all of you for being here tonight. And we look forward to having another great show tomorrow.
Thank you.
Okay. So, folks out there, that's how I would like to draw down the curtains on this edition of the Late Night Show. We'll be here tomorrow. Until then, I'm Nelson Colette. Thanks to the entire team. I see Marie is still here. Marie said two are going together. Have a good night, guys. Bye-bye for now.
Yes, sir. A special one from the CEO, Stan Turner with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band.